This here is the Chronos 68 by Syntech, what claims to be one of the fastest keyboards in the world, but on what metric are they deciding that? Well, on two really. One, its insane 8000 Hz polling rate, and the other being the fact that, like many keyboards nowadays, you can set your custom trigger point on every single switch. You do have a fancy little blue pull tag right here on the other side. Well, okay then. That awkward start aside, let's actually get into the keyboard itself, where we have another blue pull tab. We'll see what that's about in a second. Plus we also have a little guide over here about what everything on the keyboard does. So this is some required literature from what I can see, because that's a lot of different combinations and shortcuts to remember. And then we have the keyboard itself. Unfortunately, it does not have a numpad, but despite that, it is a pretty good looking little thing. Surprisingly heavy for its size as well. In fact, it is coming in at 858 grams. So it is portable in the sense that it's pretty small and compact and you can put it in a bag, but at the same time, it does have some heft to it. Okay, what else do we have in the box? Oh, it comes with an included wrist rest. That is actually pretty nice. It's not the greatest material. It's kind of the same one that Be Quiet used in their recent keyboards, but it's still more than good enough. Plus, you also have some other accessories here, including our nice braided Type-C to A cable, plus also some replacement switches, and also a tool for cleaning, plus a combination switch and key puller, given how, yes, as with most keyboards in 2025, it does have hot swappable switches, so if you don't like the included ones, you can go for anything else really. Speaking of, your options are either the Otemu sealed switches or the Gateron J Pros on the website. Now let's get onto the typing experience. Unfortunately, it does not have adjustable feet, however it's still at enough of an angle that it may not matter to you. Now when it comes to the actual typing experience, ooh, these are some interesting switches. So I don't have the Jades, I have the other ones that came as standard. They don't feel mushy, but they also have enough of that click that I kind of like in a more clicky keyboard. So I'm kind of liking these already. They have a really smooth motion as well. Looking at the switch itself without any of the keycap on top, it is just buttery smooth how it goes in there. Really nice motion, really nice feel to them. I am surprisingly liking these a lot. The Type-C connector is right over here on the left, so odds are if you have it like this, you are gonna have to feel around a bit to try and find it. I do kind of like when keyboards either have it in the middle or have some kind of indicator where if you're just looking down at it, you can already tell where the USB port is. But whatever, let's just plug it in and let there be light. Look at that RGB go. Now you might expect that you need yet another piece of software, but no, they actually use a website to control it. However, you still have to download an on-device driver as well, not to mention that half the website is in Chinese. Once you are there, however, you can do pretty much all of the expected customization, including setting all your macros, doing all your RGB, remapping any key to do literally anything else, as well as adjusting the actuation point. And as you can imagine, it gets pretty involved. So as you can see, as I press down the key right here, it kind of shows me at what point it triggers, so I have a better idea of what I want to set the actuation point to be. That is pretty cool. Now there isn't too much that can be said about this keyboard, though there is still the matter of price, and this thing is going to cost you $140 right now, with the Gateron version costing you $180, with it being available in black, white, and white with yellow accents. So even if there isn't too much that makes this keyboard specifically stand out, there's quite a few that offer this kind of magnetic or analog switch where you can just set the actuation point to be whatever you want. It does have quite a few neat features that can really help speed you up. Like for example, the snap tap, where you don't even have to take your finger off one key and then press down another key to start doing that next action. So like there is some neat stuff like that. However, by far probably the biggest thing is just the fact that you are getting a pretty good platform for $140. A lot of these other hot swappable keyboards with analog switches are a lot more expensive. So just being able to get one for $140 with a wrist rest, mind you, in this market, that ain't too bad. Well, unless you're going for the Gateron version, those are going to cost you. So if you want to get this thing yourself, then our Amazon link to it will be down in the video description below, where you're also going to find our Patreon, because even a single $1 a month truly goes a long way. Plus huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Vronyak, Polish Voka, Patrick Harrison, not a pseudonym, Meg Sumner, and Shane Allcraft. But anyway, that's what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.